Welcome back to JNY Cards, where we are going to be enjoying this amazing hobby together. Today, we've got a PSA submission. I've been doing this for a little bit. This is technically, this is my fourth PSA submission I've ever sent in. And I know 4 PSA submissions is not a lot. I do not claim to be an expert. And so, please take my advice with a grain of salt. I am still learning a lot about this hobby, as it's gonna show in this PSA submission. But before we look at the grades, you all should consider subscribing, because I just recently hit 700 subscribers, and because of that, I'm gonna be giving away this blaster box of 2022 Bowman Baseball, which is an awesome product, one of my favorite products from last year. And once I hit 725 and 750 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away this Heritage Pack of 2022 Baseball and this 2020-21 Value Pack of Chronicles Basketball. I love Chronicles. I don't open up a lot of basketball, but whenever I get a chance to open up Chronicles, man, I love it. It's just so much fun getting all those hits. And so, yes, please consider subscribing, because once I hit those milestones, we're going to give those things away. All right, so let's see here. This PSA submission, this one is a weird one. I sent these cards in, and I probably shouldn't have sent in a lot of them, because a lot of them were rookie debut cards from like update series. And, you know, I just did it for fun. I just kind of wanted to see what would happen, and I knew that they weren't going to have a lot of value, but still, you know what, sometimes you got to roll the dice, you got to learn. This is probably my worst PSA submission that I've ever done, but at the same time, it's not too bad. And most importantly, I had fun doing it, and I'm actually going to make some money off of this still, and I learned a lot. All right, and if you're making fun, you're making money, and you're learning, then it's a win-win-win situation, right? So I sent in 20 items, and all of these, I think each card was $15 each. PSA received my submission on January 26th, and then I got this delivered to my door on March 22nd. So from door to door, it took about 2 months, less than 2 months, which is pretty impressive. So let's see here. The first card, I know some of you guys don't like this, but this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cover it up with my thumb, the grade. First card here is a Julio Rodriguez from 2021 Bowman Chrome. It's a refractor to $4.99. Let me see. So there are 2 print lines on this Julio. There was a slight print line to the right of him, and there was one to the right of the 449. You can kind of see it right there. That little mark right underneath that 4. And so I thought this card was going to get a 10, but apparently PSA did not think that, and they gave it a PSA 9. And so as a 9, this card is worth about 26 bucks. So if you got major print lines on your Bowman cards, man, it's really risky. I personally have learned my lesson, and probably I will probably not be sending in Bowman Chrome cards that have print lines on the front of their cards, big print lines. All right, so next is probably my biggest card out of the submission. It's a Khalil Watson 2022 Bowman Mega Box Chrome SP image variation. So this card had a print line on the front, on one of the front corners. They had a print line, and there was a print line on the front left edge as well. And so, remember I just said don't send in cards that have print lines? Well, this card got a 10, which is really confusing to me. But with the Julio Rodriguez, the print line was like almost like right here or near his body, somewhere around there. And so maybe that was more, I guess PSA felt like it would hurt the value of the card more. While this Khalil Watson here had 2 print lines on it. But then, I don't know, maybe because it wasn't so near the center or so close to the actual player, they decided to give it a 10. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But that's kind of what I'm guessing. But this card is about a $250 card, which pretty much pays for most of my submission here. If I can sell this card for about $250, it would be a huge help here. So I'm gonna put him right there, and I'm gonna pick up the pace here. Next, we've got this beautiful Seth Beer logo edition chrome card. I love this card. I think it looks beautiful. I saw no issues with this card. I was even considering sending this card to BGS because I saw no issues with it. And yeah, PSA saw the same thing, no issues. They gave it a 10. It's about a $39 card. Hopefully he can, he has a good year. But I mean, their outfield is loaded as well. So we'll see what happens there with him. All right, so next, we've got a Seth Beer Topps Chrome X-Fractor. I've not had the greatest luck with X-Fractors. Now, this Seth Beer in particular was a little OC. There was a print line on the front, and the back, on the back, there's like these like little micro scratches on it. But in the past, when there's like these little micro scratches all over on the back, PSA is pretty lenient on it. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I'll send it in. Let's see what happens here. But I got a 9 on it. And this card's only about a $5 card as a PSA 9. So, you know what? You live and learn, right? I'm going to put him right here. Next, we've got a Vidal Brujan. And Brujan here, I got another X-Fractor. And again, like I've been saying with X-Fractors, I've been having a tough time grading these cards. I'm not too sure really what I'm missing here, but let me know if you guys see something here. So it's got a front surface print line and a back surface print line. I don't remember exactly where, but that's what I wrote in my notes. And I thought it was gonna get a 10 still, but it got a 9, which stinks because this card is only worth about $3 as a 9. So X-Fractors, man, those are tough for me to grade. All right. So next, we've got a Wander Franco here from Topps Holiday. So with this card, there's the front top middle here. It's hard to see, but there's an edging issue. You can kind of see it right where my finger, well, I can see it a little bit. There's like a top edge issue there, and I tried to fix it with Kurt's card kit, and he's got like this little edge tool, and I try to fix that top edge. And I thought I did a pretty good job. You can kind of, I don't know if you can even see it. I don't know if I'm just like, can't see it on the camera, but oh, you can kind of see it like right there, maybe. No, you can't. Okay, forget it. But I can see it. And then the back top edge, that same spot on the back of the card had that same issue. And so, but I thought I did a pretty good job fixing it, but apparently, I don't know, I must have missed it, or I couldn't get it past PSA, and they gave me a 9. This is a $10 card as a PSA 9. All right, next we've got, well, where's my Jeremy Pena? Jeremy Pena, here we go. Jeremy Pena, Topps Holiday Metallic. This Pena, it had a back bottom right corner issue, which I was able to fix with Kurt's edge tool. Let me grab it really quick so you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. Give me a second here. All right, so when you buy Kurt's card care system here, he gives you this tool right here. And what you do with it is you just kind of rub it on the card. So like, you know, if this corner is kind of messed up, you just kind of, oops, sorry about that noise. Something just fell over. You kind of just rub it. So you put like you breathe on it to give it some moisture. You put a penny sleeve on top of it and a penny sleeve below it, right? And then you just kind of smooth it out, right? And so with this Jeremy Pena, on the back bottom right corner, I was able to fix it. And I also had a back bottom edge issue. It's kind of roughly cut down here, but I think I was able to do a good enough job of fixing it because they gave me a PSA 10 on it, which is awesome. I'll take that any day. All right, oops. All right, next we've got Alec Thomas here. Again, it's a Topps Holiday Metallic card. Let me see here. It had a back bottom left edge issue, and it had a dimple by the name somewhere here. But then I was like, you know, there's nothing on the front of the card, so let me send it in, and I got a 10, which is awesome. I couldn't find any comps on this card, So I give it about a 10. I'm gonna leave my tool like right here so you guys can kind of see it too. But yeah, yeah, got a 10. Pretty happy about that. Let's keep going here. Next is the PC card. Patrick Wisdom, Gold Cup, Metallic from 2022 Topps Holiday. Let me see here. There was a dimple on the bottom, on the back top left somewhere. There was, and I fixed the back bottom right corner and the back bottom left edge corner area here with the with this tool here. And I thought it was going to be an 8 or a 9, and it actually came back as a 9, which is awesome. I'll take that because this card's going to my PC anyways. So, all right, let's keep going here. Next, we've got Steven Kwan. This is just an update rookie card. I know some of you guys are thinking, man, you're grading a lot of paper update cards, right? A lot of rookie base cards, but I'll tell you why in a second here. Let me go through this card first. So there was a dimple, bottom dimple by the name. I think, oh, back dimple by the name. Again, there was another dimple by the name here, and the back bottom left edge. There was an issue there, but there was nothing wrong with the front of the card, just like the Patrick Wisdom card. And so I sent it in, and I got a 10 on it. So I'm super happy about that. And this card's worth 30 bucks. And so you're probably thinking, like, is that why you sent it into PSA, just to make like a $10 profit? Yeah, yes, that's why I sent it in, to make a $10 profit. All right, are you risking it? You are. But if you get really good at figuring out what makes a 9 a 9 and a 10 a 10, then you can make money off of that. So that's why I sent in the Steven Kwan. $10 profit, I'll take it. But I think I believe, yeah, this card's actually gonna go into my PC, so I'll just leave that right there for now. Next, we've got Seiya Suzuki. This Seiya Suzuki, the front bottom right corner and the back bottom right corner, I try to fix with Kurt's tool here. But unfortunately, I didn't do a good enough job, and I got a 9 here. So fortunately, this Suzuki is only worth $6 as a PSA 9. And again, you're taking a risk, right? This Kwan is making me about a profit of $10. This Seiya Suzuki just lost me about 14 bucks, right? And then with this Suzuki, I had an issue with the front top right edge somewhere in the front bottom right corner. I tried to fix those two issues, but I didn't do a good enough job, I guess, and PSA gave me a 9. Again, that's another $6 card here. All right, next is Jose Miranda. Right, this Jose Miranda is absolutely beautiful. There are no issues with it. Like, again, this card was a card I was considering sending into BGS. And PSA agreed that it was a beautiful card. It's I got a 10 for it. So this card is worth about 45 bucks. But this guy's going into my PC since I PC Twins cards. But don't worry, I have another Jose Miranda here. Now this card I just recently sold. I sold this card on eBay, and I'm going to ship it out as soon as I'm done making this video. And this card had an issue. It had a dimple by the front bottom right down here, and the back top edge was a little rough, but PSA still gave it a 10. And like I said, I just sold that on eBay for like 45 bucks. So I'm going to ship this card out as soon as I'm done with this video. And we'll keep going here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. We got a Bobby Witt debut. In hindsight, I shouldn't have sent in these debuts because I knew they're debut cards. But I did it anyways. So with this Bobby, the front top left corner and the front bottom left corner here, they were a little soft, a little dented, and I tried to fix them. Unfortunately, I couldn't fix them well enough. Or maybe there were some other issues with this card. This card is about a $9 card. Let's see here. Oops, where'd my notes go? All right, who do we got now? Hunter Green. Next is Hunter Green. This card as well, I try to fix it. The front bottom corners and the back left corner, I thought I was able to do a pretty good job, but I got a 9 on it. This is about a $7 card. Next is Shane Baz. This card had no issues, and I really like Shane Baz, but it's a debut card, it's a pitcher, it's a Rays card. All those things kind of means that it's not super collectible. Hopefully one day he becomes a Yankee and he becomes super collectible, but I couldn't find any issues with this card, and PSA agreed, and they gave it a 10. Unfortunately, because it's a debut card, like I said, it's a debut card, it's a Rays card, it's a pitcher. Yeah, I couldn't find any comps, and I'm guessing comps for this card are around like $8. So, but it is what it is, you know. Okay, next is Reed Detmers. This Reed card had an issue on the bottom, on the back top right edge. So somewhere around here, there was an issue. And I tried to fix it, and I must have done something well because I was able to fix it, and PSA gave it a 10. But at the same time, who knows? Maybe, you know, PSA is located in Southern California. Maybe the grader was an Angels fan, and he's like, I love this card, I'm gonna give it a 10. But yeah, again, with this card, because it's a pitcher, it's an Angels card, and it's a debut card. I couldn't find any comps on it, and so I'm kind of comping this card around $8. I lost $12 on that card. All right, next, 2 more cards. We've got Alec Bohm, this beautiful rainbow foil. This is probably one of the cleanest rainbow foils I've ever opened up, and I thought it was gonna get a 10. Even though it had some issues in the front top left corner in the edge, and the back bottom left corner had a little issue, but I felt like I was able to fix it well enough, and I was like, man, this, after I fixed it, I was like, dude, this card looks perfect, it looks great. But PSA, I don't know, maybe I wasn't able to trick them, so they gave me a 9. I'm guessing the comp for this card is probably around like $9. Hopefully Bohm does good this year. He did hit a home run, I think in the first game of the year or the second game of the year, so hopefully he has a good year. Last card here is this Rivalry Love card with Soto and Albies. I just really like this card. And I thought this Royal Blue card was pretty clean. I did see some issues in the front top left corner here and on the bottom top right corner, so the same corner on both sides, the back and on the front, there were some issues with it, and I thought I did a pretty good job. And but PSA, yeah, they didn't think it was worthy of a 10, so they gave me a 9. I couldn't find comps on this card, but it's probably like a $6 card, $7 card. But you know, it is what it is. So let me see here. Let me pull up some numbers here. So my accuracy rate, which I think is more important than your gem mint rate. Whenever people make these videos, they always talk about their gem mint rate, about like, you know, how often, you know, how many of their cards got gem mint 10s, right? That's fun. I love it. I think that's a great metric, but I think a more important metric is your accuracy rate, right? If you say this card's gonna be a 9 and it gets an 8, you failed. If you thought this card was, and with another card, you thought it was going to be a 10 and it gets a 9, you failed, right? And so if you think a card is going to get a 9 and it gets a 9, awesome. You're spot on. If you think a card is going to get a 10 and it gets a 10, great. You're spot on again, all right? To me, that's more important. So my accuracy rate for this submission was about 70%, which isn't too bad. It's probably the worst I've done so far, but at the same time, it's not too bad, right? And my gem, so my gem rate is about 45% for this order. But at the same time, that number doesn't really matter to me as much. But what's more important is my accuracy rate, which was 70%, which isn't too bad. If I send in 1,000 cards and 700 of those cards get PSA 10s, or if they get PSA 9s, but I know if they get a 9, I can still make a good profit off of it. That's a huge win for me, right? And so let's go to the values here. So all 20 of these cards, I have a value of about $563 from these 20 cards. My PSA fees are about $345. My eBay selling fees and shipping fees, you're probably looking around $85, and that gives me a profit of $133, which is huge. I'll take $133 any day, and so you know, it's a huge win for me. And plus, I got to keep you know, I get 3 cards for my PC, which is freaking awesome. And so, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching it. Drop a comment down below if you got something, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, if you like my approach, if you don't like my approach. Just let me know, because I want to learn and I need your help so that I can get better. All right, so while you're doing that, also like the video and subscribe. And all of you out there, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you all in the next video.